football.
All right, he is the most passionate Vikings fan we know. He has, with his mock draft film study over the years, correctly predicted multiple Vikings draft picks over the last, 3 or 4 years. He is none other than Randy Vikes 69 on Twitter, Randy in Cottage Grove. And we understand that you are not happy with us. And we would like to give you the floor here. This is a transparent, open show, and you have been a part of the show here for a number of years. So let's you can air your grievances. We'll give you the platform. Go ahead, Randy. Hello.
Is he ghosting us? It'd be after we ghosted him with Carlos Correa, maybe.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Randy, are you there?
I heard him grunt.
I heard him grunt earlier too.
Well,
can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Well, this is a big week, as I don't have to tell. Apparently, I do have to tell you guys.
Well, that's what we want to give you. Your phone cut out there for a little bit. So go ahead. We know you're not happy with us, so why don't you go ahead and say your piece? Go ahead.
Well, pretty much all season, I've been getting pretty good lather worked up, coming in on doing the Tuesdays, doing the stables.
Yeah, and we love the stables.
Yeah.
And what happened on Tuesday?
Listen, we have I know people think, well, it's podcasting. You can just kind of do as many episodes as you want. Well, we're on a very tight schedule around here with a lot of different plates spinning. And so Carlos Correa signed the biggest contract in Twins history.
Big whoop.
Right? Well, we had to, there's audience that wants to hear us talk about Carlos Correa. So we figure we'll just catch up with you later in the week. We just wanted to reschedule with you.
We had to
Shouldn't
go
be that
live.
big of a deal.
The
We
funny
were live,
thing
damn it.
is, with baseball, I do enjoy softball, which is a similar kind of a activity. But with baseball, there's a lot of playoff games. I don't know if I tell you, if you win a World Series, you win, like a dozen games, something like that. In the NFL, you just got to win 4 games, four big games, and we've won more playoff games since the local baseball squad has won even one.
It's been quite a while. Yeah. I mean, is your point that we should be focused more on the task at hand with the Vikings?
Pump it up, jazz the guys up. How do you think they feel if they're listening, trying to get a pulse for the fans where our confidence is at, and then they tune in? Maybe some of the guys I know like it when they hear themselves in the stable.
Well, you mean some of the Vikings players like when they hear you put them in a stud stable? Is that what you're insinuating?
Well, they put themselves in the stable. I just pass it along.
But you've gotten feedback from the players themselves, huh?
Listen, people. Let's just say you guys have more reach, I think, than you realize. And I just put it out there that a lot of the guys felt like this week had a little momentum lapse where they normally would get kind of jazzed up and snug on a Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Are you also saying that active Vikings players are sliding into your DMs on Twitter?
I hear things. I connected to some guys. I still know people, and people like to get jacked up, get pumped up, and get kind of get a sense of the stable going into the playoffs.
Okay, I don't want to disrespect you. I don't doubt that maybe a Vikings player or two has stumbled into the Randy and Cottage Grove.
Our bad, Randy. Stable. Our bad. We take full responsibility. We're sorry.
It won't happen again.
And
I don't think the Twins are going to sign another $200 million contract anytime soon. So you should. I
had a dud stable for the team across the border as well, and then now that feels stale.
No, I don't think it's ever stale to make fun of the Packers during a moment of torment. So. Well, do whatever you want here, dude. It's your segment. Do whatever you want.
It's just been a tough week to try to get this town rowdy and jacked up and lubed up and ready to rock. And if we fall flat this weekend, you Twins, you got someone to blame.
Yeah, the Twins probably could have waited a week, right? Like, couldn't they have waited till spring training doesn't start until after the Super Bowl? Couldn't the Twins have respectfully just sort of moved out of the way and let the Vikings have? The more Randy goes down this path, I think I agree. It's kind of selfish of the Twins to cut into the Vikings' excitement this week.
We're guilty too.
Baseball is what we call a distraction sport. You pay attention for a couple weeks in the summer, But this is the Vikes town. This is a purple town. This is the state of Hawk, as you say, and the time is now to get focused, get your eyes back on the prize. So if you go ahead and do the music, I'll do my best.
Oh, sure. I got you.
All right,
Yeah,
this
come
is
on,
it's stable time. I don't even know if it's a stud stable, dud stable. I don't know what we're doing here, but the floor is yours, Randy.
It's a double stable. First off, we're gonna do a little goodbye to the Green Bay Packers. They've got this guy who this blogger was going at a lot of people. This Peter Bukaki or whatever his name is. This guy is this guy is bad. He's bad news.
That's the guy that you picked a fight with Judd, or
Yep.
Judd? Did you pick a fight with him? Who started
I
that fight?
picked the fight, but Bukaki's his name.
He called the Vikes frauds. He called us frauds. And Peter, take a look in the mirror now, okay? Who's the fraud? Who didn't even make the playoffs when a lot of people picked you guys, you're asked to win the whole thing? You're on the outside looking in. So, Peter, you go ahead and hang your banner, DVOA. I got some, you can kiss my DVOA, Peter. Aaron Rodgers.
Gonna get us
Aaron-
all fired.
Excuse me.
Just keep going. Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers, you're going to be like Favre 2.0. You can't make up your mind if you're going to play, if you're not going to play, if you're going to go date a witch, whatever it is you do. I tell you what, you're not going to be doing anymore. You're not going to be going to the playoffs ever again in green and gold. Aaron Rodgers, you're done. And finally, a lot of people a couple of years ago wanted to crown his ass, say he's the best new coach. Everyone is the hot new pretty boy. Well, Matt LeBlanc, right now, you're on the outside looking in. And you got a team that can't even get back to the postseason with a future Hall of Famer under center. Matt LeBlanc, have a good long offseason because you're a dud.
How you doing?
How you doing, Randy?
And now, let's turn it to positivity. These guys might have been distracted earlier in the week, trying to get you all hot and snug about the Twins. Who cares? Go Twins, get back to me when you go sign Roger Clemens or whatever. But this is a football town. This is a football town ready to make a run. And this is all about 4 victories. That's all we need, 4 in a row. And Kirk, you're the guy to lead us there. So we're going to look ahead. This is a future stable. And this Sunday, Kirk Cousins, you're going to sling it. You're going to zing it. You're going to put it in the tight windows. And you are not going to be afraid to take those hits. Let the blitzes come. You'll beat them. You'll take a beating. But we're going to win. Kirk Cousins, you're a stud.
You like that on 3, 1, 2, 3. You like it!
Here's a guy who's been there all season long, and I expect him to be there again on Sunday. I'm going to put him on 10 catches and at least 180 yards. Justin Jefferson, get ready to get snug because you're a stud.
Yeah. 10 catches would actually be fewer than he had the first time these two teams played. I'd still take that, though. Give me 10
And the
catches
guy we
above
traded for this season, halfway through, he put up a whole season's worth of work in about a truncate season, as they say. And this is TJ Hawkinson. TJ, you've got the flow. You've got the lettuce, as the kids say. And this weekend, you're going to make a little lettuce. You're going to make a little cheese. And you're going to bring home some of that bacon because TJ Hawkinson, you are going to be a playoff stud.
There it is. All right.
And finally,
Oh,
wait.
excuse me.
no, go ahead.
Sorry.
And finally, this is a guy who came in, and when he came in, we all knew he's got a little something special. He's got a way to take these guys up to a level that they've not been at before. Well, that continues with 4 wins, and the first one's this weekend. And I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to tune out all the Twins news, all the Timberwolves and Wild. This is your town, KOC. This is your team, KOC. And this is your time, Kevin O'Connell, because you are a stud.
Wow.
And now he's gone.
Oh,
Fired
boy.
up, though.
He's gone, man.
Dude, he is fired up. And he's got a point. Like, we did knock him.
What point does he have?
We did knock him off his ordinary segment, which is, for Twins news. So I can sort of see
I
it.
didn't think that Packer stuff was stale. I think it's still hilarious. They got whooped on national TV by the Lions, who had nothing to play for. A lot of cocky Packer fans out there after week 17, right?
Why would the Packers hire an actor as their coach too? I mean, Matt LeBlanc, it was going to fall apart at some part.
It was, yeah.
At some point, right? I mean, 13 games won.
He's done a pretty good job considering he's an actor. and not a
Yeah.
football
Yep.
coach. You know, for a
Right.
guy with acting experience only to
Right.
have multiple 13-win seasons.
Gotta
is
be honest,
Matt
too.
LeBlanc.
If I had my choice, LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, Schwimmer, I'm going LeBlanc.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, I mean,
list.
Matthew Perry, unfortunately, I think even he would tell you that it's
Too many
Yeah.
kind of
problems.
a rough road for him, right?
And Schwimmer, I
Schwimmer
just-
would just kind of drive people crazy.
Hey, everybody, you got to play.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't like
Too
that.
whiny. Post-game speeches would be not quite as fiery. So, well, there's a double stable Thursday here for you. You got the Dud stable and the Stud stable. We have some breaking NFL news here as we record this too. We now know where the neutral site AFC Championship game will be played, if there indeed is a need for it. If the Bills and the Chiefs wind up facing each other,
Okay.
it'll be played at a neutral site. Judd, have you seen this yet?
I have not seen
Do
it.
you want to take 3 guesses as to where the neutral site will be?
Sure. Well, I know Indianapolis was asked and said no, thank you last week because of a volleyball tournament, I believe. So that would actually make a lot of sense. That's out. Here's what
There's
I'm
a
going
volleyball tournament at that stadium,
I don't know what it is, but they've always got
or the hotels
conventions,
are all taken
and
because
they've
there's
always
a.
yeah, exactly. That's probably that in the convention business and all that. I'm going to guess Atlanta.
Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy.
Unbelievable.
Atlanta.
Good stadium, vacant.
Yeah, it's yeah. Some people were speculating maybe Vegas would do it.
I don't think you
But,
fly those teams all the way west, right?
Yeah, keep them.
I mean,
keep them close to the
Like
same
their
time
fans
zone.
their fans can get to Atlanta probably. That's a long.
But their
flight.
fans would rather get to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, their rich fans would, but if you're a meat and potatoes driver,
Rich
if-
fans, rich people aren't. Vegas isn't just for rich people.
No, but I'm saying
You
if
can
you're
hop on a
not,
Spirit flight and be out there. And,
Yeah.
but if
Be there
you're
in a
not,
couple
but if
months.
you're not rich, what I'm saying is,
I'm not
if
rich.
you're in Buffalo, you might be able to get in your car and drive to Atlanta.
Yeah.
If you
Judge's
can't afford
right.
a flight, you're not going to drive to Vegas.
Judge's right that the Atlanta location is centralized between both. Is more centralized between both cities. Like KC to Vegas is a lot easier than Buffalo to Vegas. Like Atlanta, at least they're going to travel
Who's
probably more
driving
similar
from
amount.
Buffalo to Atlanta?
Oh,
I'm saying there's a
Buffalo
better
Bills
chance
fans
of
will.
Yeah, the
How long would
Mafia?
that take?
Well, it'd be long, but it wouldn't be nearly as long as Las Vegas.
I feel
Yeah.
like you're talking about like eight hardcore fans that would hop in a van and drive
they're
from
looking-
Buffalo
I'm telling
to
you.
Atlanta.
I'm telling you, they're looking for a centralized location
Yes,
for those.
That's a
fan bases.
14-hour drive.
Yeah, well, what's
through
the
wintry
drive?
What's it to
conditions.
Vegas?
What's the drive from Buffalo to Las Vegas?
Okay, flights from Buffalo to Las Vegas. Okay.
That week. That's very important
Yeah, because they'll jack them.
because they'll jack them up. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me type in the dates here. So this is going to be when's the Super Bowl? That's the 12th.
Well,
So this is
championship weekend would be 2 weekends from now. So,
So it would be let's see here.
the 28th.
The 28th. So let's say you're going to fly out on a Friday and come back on a Monday or something. You could
Sure.
spend a couple nights in
I like that.
Las Vegas, all right? Look at this. You can hop on a Frontier flight right now for $150. You'd pay a lot more driving your little conversion van from
telling you.
Buffalo down to
You're-
Atlanta.
I'm
telling
shockingly
you,
with
The
Judd.
gas money.
the league is trying to think of a centralized location.
I'm with Judd. I'm usually not on this show, but I'm
I
with
said-
this one.
I think they made a mistake here. Vegas would have been
Why
a
not go
blast
double
for
dip?
this.
U.S. Bank Stadium.
I know. That's what we were
AFC
saying.
That'd be
game
awesome.
early,
That would be
NFC game late, double dip it. Be great.
Let's make it happen. Just clear out have like a 2-hour gap instead of a 30-minute gap between games. Clear out the
Football day
crowd,
in
bring in a new
Minnesota.
crowd. Oh, football day in Minnesota.
Bring it
Oh,
on,
Super
baby.
Bowl.
Play an outdoor high school game early in the
Mhm.
day at like 9 a.m.
Yep, just go nuts.
I think you're onto something here. Football day in Minnesota, presented
Coming up.
by Bally's Sports North.
Coming up next.
Okay, let's we got a lot of stuff on Purple Daily we're gonna get to, but let's get to this Asamoah. You texted us earlier today, and I agree. This is worth sort of fleshing out because my first thought seeing Asamoah on the injury report with a banged up knee, and we don't know the designations for the game, like questionable, doubtful, etc. Those don't come out until tomorrow.
Right.
So we don't know what his exact status is. And he's not a full-time linebacker. I mean, he's an inside linebacker. He's the backup to both Jordan Hicks and Eric Kendricks, but they have been rotating him in, and he is much faster than those two guys. much more nimble, younger, fresher legs when he doesn't have a knee injury. And this would seem like the type of a game where, and he played some snaps against the Giants last time these two teams played. If you're looking for someone to spy a little bit on Daniel Jones, who's one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the league, I feel like Asamoah could be a sneaky loss if he's not playing or if he's not 100%. He's not going to play 70 snaps, but even in like 15, 20, 25 snaps as someone that can maybe track down Daniel Jones, something to keep an eye on here this weekend.
So Asamoah played 27 snaps in the Christmas Eve game against the Giants here. That's his season high. He played 26 in the next game in the debacle against the Packers. Here's what the Giants are going to do, because this is just obvious. In the game that was played here before that the Vikings won on the Greg Joseph last-second field goal, Saquon Barkley only rushed 14 times for 84 yards and a touchdown. He had a good day, but keep in mind, he had 14 carries. He had 8 receptions, so 22 touches. He's going to run the ball more on Sunday. There's no question. Daniel Jones threw for 334 yards and a touchdown and also rushed 4 times for 34 yards. My guess is that the Giants are going to try and establish the ground game more in this game than they did the last. If you have Hicks and Kendricks out there the entire game, because going back to the vent line that we did from Surly, Phil, when you weren't there after the Dolphins game, and Thor came on from the Before I Die podcast, Thor said the Asamoah knock is he struggles against the pass, but he's very good against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you think about this, if you now can't play him, there's really no one to take his place. Like, it's not like you've got this depth at the linebacker spot. So if Jordan Hicks starts to struggle, he can be replaced. So I think that this is a major thing. Asamoah, not surprisingly, sat out the Bears game, limited in practice on Wednesday with a knee. But I think this is a massive defensive X factor, because I really think that Jones and Barkley, between the fact that Saquon, I'm pretty sure, will probably carry the ball about 20 times, and Jones has the ability then to do a lot of read option, which I think they'll probably default to. If you're going with 2 veteran linebackers who to go back on what you said, struggle at times to keep up, I think Asamoah is the X factor here.
Yeah, so that Giants offense, it's a lot of play action, it's a lot of pre-snap motion, it's a lot of jet sweep motion, and also read option.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's just easy ways to get caught up in the spin cycle if you're a linebacker and have to recover, and it's something to watch for sure, because Daniel Jones could run for 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, did you guys just lose my connection for a minute?
Yeah,
there?
just for a little bit, little.
Oh, we did?
Little pre-snap motion.
Don't
there.
let the New York media censor my takes.
That's right.
I didn't even see that. Wow. Go away, Gremlins.
Poof. I'm a ninja.
Yeah, Barkley's going to run. I got to think that he's going to carry the ball more out of the backfield than 14 times, don't you?
I would think so. I don't think you want to go road playoff game. Daniel Jones is very limited. He's fine, but like he's not a guy that you want to put 40 throws on the shoulder of, and he doesn't. We talked about this yesterday. He threw 170 fewer passes than Kirk Cousins did this season. And I actually think the Vikings probably put a little too much on Kirk Cousins at times this year. Mm-hmm. So the Giants are going to want to come in here, and they're going to want to run with Saquon Barkley. They're going to want to run with Daniel Jones, and they're going to want to leverage the threat of that run to create play action opportunities. And so your linebackers are going to be a huge, huge part of this game. The Giants racked up like 450 yards of offense against the Vikings defense in that game. So we'll have to see what, as Ed Donatel has been talking to the media this morning, saying, this is our time now. Playoffs are our time to step up. It's like, I don't know if that switch exists to be flipped, but we'll see.
Jones in the game here, 30 of 42, 334 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Well, here's my guess, though.
Maybe you do throw it 40 times, I guess,
I don't think
because it worked against this defense.
It did, but here's why I think you don't do that. You have no desire to have Justin Jefferson on the field any more than necessary. So, it's one thing to be quick strike, and if the Vikings hemorrhage passing yards, that's great. But if I am now going, 3 and out, or I'm scoring, and now they've got the ball back in a playoff game, I think the starting point is this. My defense is better against Jefferson if it's not on the field. And so if I can run the ball and run clock, and Barkley's really damn good, I think I prefer that as a playoff formula than saying, Daniel Jones, you can pass for 400 yards. So I think that there's a way to bring back what the Giants did to still potentially be successful, but to eat more clock and keep Cousins and Jefferson off the field more.
Yeah.
Football.
It's a good breakdown right there. If you want more meat and potatoes breakdown, Alex Boone provided it in film review form over on Purple Daily, Trenches with Boone. And we will have our State of the Offense episode, sort of it's going to be, can the Vikings make a Super Bowl run part, and then also some Kirk Cousins, what he might expect against the Giants, a deep dive on some really interesting trends that I think people will like. So check that out on Purple Daily. Thanks to Randy and Cottage Grove for bringing 2 stables to the show today. Very nice.
Sorry.
Apologize.
We apologize. Full apologies, Randy. You were right.
Won't happen again. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for a Feedback Friday on Mackie and Judd.